here with me. We've never had on before. I'm very excited for the show. Thank you to everybody who came out to the event at Squeezebox that we participated in with Brianna and Maddie's Closet. I think they did really good raising money, right? It seems like her little shop has been taking off. Can y'all hear me okay over there? Okay. I feel very low on my end. So yeah, thanks guys for coming out. We passed out shirts and buttons, and I've been throwing stickers everywhere. So I hope you guys, if you see them, take pictures and send them to me. I don't care, pose or something, chunk of deuce, flip me off. I don't care. Just send it. Yeah, do you guys want to introduce yourself though?
Sure. Well, my name is Jasper St. James. I'll get that there. Yes, I'm surrounded by toys.
I know, so many sex toys here.
I was like, I'll bring a buffet of things.
Yeah.
Ooh, buffet of things.
Yeah, give us a little.
So I'm with the Sexology Institute here in San Antonio. We're located right up the road on South St. Mary's, and yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and you do burlesque as well, right?
Yes, I am a burlesque performer with the Pasty Pops Burlesque Review. Yeah,
I know some of my friends. I was telling them you're going to be on. Like, oh my god, we love him. We've seen their burlesque show, so I think they've gone a few times to catch you all.
We just finished our Valentine's Day show at the Aztec.
Cool.
So yeah, our next one's our Fiesta theme show at the bottom. So
yes, that
bottom.
sounds fun.
Yeah, good times at the bottom.
Lots of underage drinking went on there. I was very young.
Let's not go.
Just a little bit,
just enough that they'll have us there to take our clothes off.
I had that discussion here recently about the bottom. I was like, that's changed a lot in the past 10 years for me, at least.
It's weird. So like when we did our first show there, I was like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. Just the demographic of people that go there now versus when
it's very touristy now.
It is. It's so touristy. And like we had our show on a Saturday night and it was so hetero. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, oh, huh. And then they have like, the go-go dancers there. And I was just like, I don't think these straight boys know what they walked into.
They're curious too. Yeah. They're a little curious.
Oh yeah.
They can't play.
It was a lot of fun. And then there's like so many rooms that you can go and explore. So
yeah,
it was just really cool. But
yeah, that's cool. And well, we're glad to have you. We've been wanting, he's representing Sexology Institute. You're the manager there, right?
I'm a manager there and I am an instructor and a sex coaching student.
Very cool. We're happy to have you. I've been trying to get y'all on for a minute. I was like, yeah.
We just like everything was.
I know y'all are really busy. Yeah, with Valentine's.
Valentine's is like one of our. It's our Christmas.
Yeah, so, of course, I'm sure.
It's like.
Do you have more people like taking classes during that time too? Like couples going in.
That and October.
Okay, what for Halloween?
Oh,
okay.
That's
spooky sex.
Everyone wants the kink. That's when everyone.
Yeah, they're like, I'm a
party foul.
Good thing these toys are waterproof.
That's your first foul on the show. This is your responsibility.
I'm drunk.
Sorry. I know. No, he's not. No, he's not. Jair, just nobody understands what's going on here. Seriously, screaming. He spilled a little water because he's a clumsy bitch.
I'll be right.
He's a clumsy bitch on my show here. Just kidding. I love him. Okay, thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it. I can't wait to start talking about these toys. It's just like.
Well, obviously, these toys can make water come out.
Yeah. Well, that's what it did. He got a little excited over here.
Juice squirting, if you will.
And to my right, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Bennett. Just moved to San Antonio in July.
Really? How did I not know that? I feel like that's when I met you also.
Yeah. Literally moved here and started hitting it hard.
Yeah. Where are you from? I didn't even know that. I met him around July too. So through my friend Joey. Joey's been on before. Where did you move from?
Oh, I moved from Austin before this.
Oh, okay, you were living. I'm from San Antonio. This is my city. Come on.
I was born and raised here. Took a long
I have my
break.
zip code tattooed on me.
Nice.
Oh wait, you were born and raised here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you left and then you came back.
Took a major break and moved back in July.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I need to check out this awesome store.
I know, Sexology Institute. Yeah, you guys have been around for 5 years. I knew you guys were around a while because I remember when you were down the street, like I was saying.
Yeah, we were on South Alamo for about 2.5 years, and then we moved to South St. Mary's about 3 years ago.
Okay, so it's been that long.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
It's crazy. It's pretty crazy, but it's cool. A lot of people really are like, they got used to us being on South Alamo. like a certain aesthetic and everything, but it's still the same. It's
the same people too. Like,
well, people have changed.
You think so? Well, I mean, you're in the King William district over here, and then over.
We've actually, I feel like because at the old location it was kind of dark. We had one window. Our door was like wooden, so you really couldn't like see in. And then we opened to the space that was like big ass windows,
more advertised.
Well, it was just more open and inviting, so people weren't as scared to
they're like, ooh, we're curious.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely opened up to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check it out. I haven't been down there to see. I know where exactly where you're talking about now, location wise. But
make a date night. You have Maverick across the street.
Let me just pick one of my booze in.
Yeah, and then we have Boozies next door. They do that alcoholic ice cream.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's cool.
Do y'all do like free trials for the classes that y'all offer?
So we do a lot of free classes. So you can come and do a free class. We do panel discussions. We do meetups. One of our most popular meetups is our ethical non-monogamy meetup. So anything that falls under the umbrella. So if you're polyamorous, if you're a swinger, if you're open relationships, you can come, and they cover different topics in each meetup. So like we just wrapped our jealousy one. So just kind of,
that is one a lot of people here need to take. I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah, no, well, it's the jealousy class or the jealousy meetup. There's always a lot of people.
So, okay, I understand that you guys have, do you guys, it seems like you guys maybe do like theme classes for the month at all? Like,
we do. Yeah. So we have our core classes that we do once a month, and then we throw in some different entertainment events as well. So like we have comedy night, we do this thing called Naked Girls Reading, and we do all different kinds of things. But then we also have like different classes, like we just did a spanking class earlier this week that are more like every so often classes. We do classes for senior citizens, so sex over 50, cool. Stuff like that. So just
that's really interesting.
Yeah, we try to cover a broad spectrum.
Yeah, of course,
of everything,
because everybody has their own thing. Or
absolutely.
Everybody wants to have sex.
Yeah.
I'd hope so. Well, I mean, not everybody, but the majority of people do.
And I think that's the thing that, like,
social thing.
It is. And it's a social thing, but it's also, we live in San Antonio. We live in the South. We live in a predominantly Catholic Christian city. So sex is still so taboo. It's still so just like, we get people who won't even look at our sign because it says the word sex. Like they walk right past it. And they shield their eyes and they just walk away. Like, don't look at there. The heathens are there, you know?
I hope they never hear this podcast.
Right. They need to hear it.
They should, but you know, they're like, damn, these people, they're going to hell. I'm like, if there's one, I'm probably going to go. So.
We'll see them there. We'll see them
there. We'll see you all there.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, no, I was kind of browsing because, like I said, I follow you guys on Facebook, and I always get like dings or like dings. Is that what they're called? Notifications. Dings. My age is showing, right? It's like ding. Notification that you guys are having like an upcoming class or something like that.
Or selling toys.
Yeah. New products. I mean, I follow you on the my podcast page.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Sometimes I'll like repost. I'm like, oh, that's a cute toy. I'm just gonna repost that for them.
That's a cute plug.
That's a cute butt plug. I think I want that one.
And I was like,
you should have. Yeah, you should have.
Everyone likes butts.
I gave away a little basket.
Seriously. Yeah. That is like the number one thing we get
butt
all
plugs?
the time. Well,
just
anal in
stuff.
general.
Okay.
Yeah, butt stuff in general. Anal.
Stuff.
Yeah. That and blowjobs.
Well, you have a blowjob class, right?
That is our most popular class.
The blowjob class.
Is it with the grapefruit or without the grapefruit?
Without the grapefruit.
Oh, okay.
That stuff is acidic. It will burn. It is not good. The girls trip fucked y'all up. With that. Like, it is not what it's.
I think I saw that class when I was browsing kind of through y'all's, I guess, calendar. There's a blowjob class. I mean, I don't need that class, but you know, a lot of y'all might. So go check it out.
It's a really good, and there's also a cunnilingus class too. So if you want to learn how to go down on a vulva, like that is the class.
A lot of y'all need to take that class too. Just saying.
I know, and our instructor for that class is a lesbian, so she knows where.
Okay, I trust her. I might go take that class
down. Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Because, you know, we all get a little curious.
Absolutely. Sometimes. Yeah, no. And anything oral sex related, it's always super popular.
Yeah, so he brought me a little flyer of all their different classes that they offer. It looks like, well, I mean, you have a Classy Broads book club.
We do. We have a book club that they do different eroticas every month.
There's little like deals that come along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, different incentives.
Touch.
What would you say the number one class is you're looking forward to?
The blowjob.
The blowjob.
It's the one that it's like our most popular class. So in March, it's actually Steak and a Blowjob Day.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh yeah, it's coming up, right?
It is.
Yeah.
So we're doing it on Steak and a Blowjob Day.
Are you gonna celebrate Jair?
Oh, I always do.
Yeah. I know someone commented and they're like, "That's every Tuesday."
Yeah.
Go to All Stars.
Well, this one's for everybody. Okay. Yeah, All Stars. No.
That's the
cunnilingus class. Yeah.
What is it called?
Lick of the Irish.
Oh, I like that.
March.
Clever. I like that a lot.
Yeah, our sex and yoga class is really popular too.
Mm-hmm.
It's really become popular lately. It's really cool just because it's not what people think it's going to be. They think it's going to be like, oh, you're going to be humping each other and doing all these things. No. It's like, no, it actually is helping you. It's going to show you better ways to like breathe and use your body for, to go longer and do all these things. And it's cool. Really cool. It's meditative, but it's really informative. And
so I was going through your website. Do you guys have different, I guess, coaches there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to maybe expand on that a little bit.
Sure. So we have sex coaching. We offer sex coaching and counseling as well. Okay. So two different things. For instance, I'll explain. We had a lady call earlier today. She's 70 years old. And her husband,
getting it?
Well, she wants to. Her husband doesn't want to anymore.
Oh.
And he's obviously having some issues sexually, but he does not want to. He feels like they don't need to be having sex anymore. They're 70 years old.
No.
And she's like, my party is still going. So she still wants to keep going. And she was kind of torn between having to see a therapist or see a coach. And in that situation right there, I asked her, well, is there anything deeper going on in the story? Like, has there been infidelities? Has there been, or is there trauma? Is there anything that's gone on?
Should take a toll.
Right. So if there was something like that, then you would probably need to see a counselor.
Yeah.
See a therapist. But if she just wanted to still find ways to get herself there, to get off, and maybe even bring her husband along.
Yeah.
So I was like, that is when you need a coach. A coach is there to help you, guide you, to get you there, to explore new avenues. And then the therapists are there to kind of help you more with there's something a little bit deeper. If there's more
the emotional aspect.
Or she just needs some toys from Sexology.
That's the thing. That's what they're going to help her with.
Exactly. So yeah,
that's really cool.
It's really, and we cover a broad spectrum of people, and we have a variety of coaches and counselors that do that as well. So it's really, really awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
We have one coach who she specializes in disabilities. So
that's good.
For
that's cool.
People who still want to have sex, but maybe they have a chronic illness, or they are physically have a disability. So she can help them and kind of navigate pleasure.
Very cool. Yeah, like I said, I've been trying to get y'all on forever. I'm really excited y'all are here. I was like, I want them to bring toys on. I want them to come and like explain to people how to use, because I feel like people buy them and they just kind of maybe sit there. And then, or they get scared. I brought my whole bag of my toys. What are you talking about? I have a full drawer. I didn't bring any toys with me. I did do a giveaway for Pride last year. I did like a little Pride basket, and I put a butt plug in it.
There you go.
I was like, I hope y'all use this because I wanted to keep it.
You're like, I secretly wanted to win.
I did. It was cute. It had like a rhinestone.
She's like, I tried it on. It fit good.
I know. I tried it out first before I gave it. No, I would never. Ew.
You'd be surprised the things we hear. People try to return. I'm like, no, it's been in your body. No, I don't want it.
It's only been used once.
Yes.
Probably more than once.
We get people trying to sell their old like porn DVDs to us. And I'm like,
I was actually talking to someone about this a while back. I mean, I know it's not a thing, but what if maybe it is. People like trading in their old toys for
new toys,
or like
then
some
where do
sort
the
of
old toys go?
Well, I don't know. Like they can recycle it somehow.
So there are a couple places that will do like you can decorate your old toy and then make it kind of like into an art piece.
Like a lamp or something.
A lamp.
Well, we've had some people like spray paint it like gold and make it like this like really cool statue that or
like to have on display.
But you can't use it, right?
I mean,
well,
at
you're
that
gonna put
point,
spray paint in your body.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It gets kind of freaky.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this was Old Faithful.
Yeah.
One more
last
time.
time. Let's give it a go.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's crazy, but no, I wish there was like a trade-in program that people could do. But.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But
because like I mean, if you think about it, I know there's a lot of people who buy a lot of toys, and then you're like,
they don't use them
it anymore
so
because you want a newer one or whatever. Like, what do? You just throw it away or
put it in your sex box.
Yeah,
your sex drawers.
Boxes of good memories.
There are people who have a full toy box, full of everything under the sun. And then there are people who just keep a little bag or a little
baggie,
drawer underneath
whatever
the drawer.
works for them.
Yeah,
true.
For sure.
So do you also just women's toys or men's toys too?
Yeah, I have a couple of men's toys here too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with them. He did bring
Did
quite
you bring
a few
a pocket
toys.
pussy by chance?
I didn't, but I do have one.
Yes,
we have.
I'm actually using it right.
Surprise, surprise.
No, they're really popular. We have a smaller selection compared to other places like Megaplex and stuff like that. Because we are a smaller store. So everything is a little bit more well curated for us, like to just kind of fit our setting.
Your audience.
And also we do a lot of people send us stuff all the time to like, hey, try this new product out, try this out. And some of them are cool in ideas and concept, but then they fail in performance. So we try to like weed through a lot of the
ones
duds.
that aren't gonna work. Yeah.
So we carry a smaller amount of things, but it's because we know it's stuff that's going to work.
Yeah,
you go for quality.
So that's good.
Quality
items. You know that the stuff that you have.
Yeah, that is good.
Quality,
tested, tried and true.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like, people are like, oh, well, I can go to Spencer's and I can get a
dildo or something.
Yeah, a $10 vibrator.
Yeah,
made out of jelly and it's going to break on me in like 2 days.
You're gonna lose it inside of you.
Right.
No.
And so that's kind of like, we're kind of like, you're spending a little bit more, you're investing into your body, really, because it's stuff that's going in your body.
And then on top of that, you're not buying a dildo every other month or like a vibrator every other month or something.
Exactly. And then the other thing, too, is Amazon is a big, I don't want to say competitor, but
I've actually gone through their like toy section before. I did it at work one time.
You're like, I want something by the time I get home.
I know, right? Same day delivery. Yeah.
They have a good selection on Amazon.
We'll favor it to you if you want to. Don't go through
Amazon's is just crazy. Like I feel like it's maybe the quality of stuff that you're talking about.
It is.
So it's cheaper, but
it's probably not the best.
It's the same cheap stuff
Amazon,
that you're gonna buy at the store.
I'm looking at like the deal of the day. So unless they have sex
deal
toys
of the day of the sex toys, I'm sure they do.
The thing with Amazon is that they may carry either the same product, but they are not going through the manufacturer.
Yeah.
So they will not honor their warranties.
Gotcha.
So if that shit breaks on you, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Or breaks
literally.
Or breaks in you or something.
Breaks in you.
They're not covering you. And so you're kind of like, well, shit, like, what do I do?
Nothing.
So there's nothing you can do really.
Yeah.
So, with us, it's like we work directly with these vendors to make sure that it's something that, is going to benefit everyone in the long run. Yeah.
So you have women's and men's toys.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Where should we start?
I want to start with the men's toy.
Okay.
I want to start with the men's toy.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure you do.
Let's start with a vibrating cock ring.
Jair, please stand up to demonstrate.
I am not wearing pants.
So this is a vibrating cock ring. This is one of our favorites. It's called the Tyler by Svacum. And what's cool about this one is most cock rings, they either have a little bullet that's attached to it, and they can be too bulky, they get in the way, and it kind of it just doesn't help the situation when you really want it to help. Yeah. This has a really thin, sleek design. I'm going to turn it on and I'll pass it around so you guys can feel the consistency. It has a texture pad. Ooh, so it's going to give you
hear that, guys?
It's like a little scrubby.
Daddy likes.
It's really cool. So you can use it directly however you want to. It is. And the little button on the side has, you have the little button there.
Bennett's about to buy this shit.
Don't pass it to me because
they make another one that has an extra ring so that you can use it around the testicles. so you can keep them descended. So yeah, so the common misconception that people do with cock rings is that they put it on when they're already hard.
Oh, so you put it on.
Maybe that's where I've been going wrong.
So you have to put it on when you're soft. So what happens is when you wear a cock ring, it actually stops the blood flow to the penis,
So
making the erection last longer and harder. So that's really what's cool about a cock
ring.
Get out of here.
And so you can use a texture pad to either hit the clitoris, you can use it to hit the anus, but you can also flip it downwards so that it hits the scrotum as well. So you can get vibration in the testicles to get a little bit of extra stimulation.
Nice.
Oh shit, it's intense now.
It does.
I'm gonna be there tomorrow at your store.
Another one for men, prostate play. Prostate stimulation.
Here we go.
So this is another one by Spockham. This is called the Vic. And this is really, really nice. What I like about this one is the external piece vibrates as well. So not only are you getting internal prostate stimulation, but you're also getting that external stimulation where really that's where all the nerve endings are around the anus, are just around the external outer portion of the anus. But prostate, of course, it's a male G-spot. It's amazing. This rotates, so I know.
Joystick.
Yeah. Ooh. So you can really position it to your body to make it fit comfortably. Now I have had women buy it as well and use it vaginal, G-spot, clitoral.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah.
Just make sure that once you decide where it's going, that it's not going to go anywhere else. You know, bacteria.
Liz doesn't care. She's dirty.
Oh, get out of here. He does not even know.
Oh, this thing really is a joystick.
Yeah.
So this part goes in my ass.
Yes. And so the key, and a lot of people don't know how to insert it. And the thing is, you always want to go towards the belly. So this curves. So
curve it.
You gotta go this way, right?
Yeah. So like, let's say your partner was laying on the table here on their back. You would want to insert the toy like that.
Back,
okay.
So if the partner was on their back, you would insert it like this.
Hold on. Let me lay on the table real quick and demonstrate.
Or if they were doggy style, let's say they were on all fours,
yeah, you put it that way. Okay.
You always want to go towards the belly because that's where the prostate is.
Oh.
So the prostate is about 2 to 3 inches through the anus.
Yeah.
Towards the belly. Just like the
a
female
curve,
G-spot.
right?
Yeah. So you always want to do that little like come hither like motion, which is why
come hither.
You have a little walnut in your butt.
You have to say it.
Yeah, you have a little walnut in your butt back there.
If you ever feel it,
put your finger in your butt, guys. Tonight you'll find it.
Did it turn off?
Yeah, it turned off.
Oh, click the little button.
Oh, I know how to turn it on.
Okay, good. Good. Most people don't know how to turn them on or off, and I'm like,
that means he has one already.
Good.
It's like, yeah, I know where all the features are.
So guys, for just go out with the specs on it.
But yeah, if you've ever felt around the area, so even if you've ever felt the female G-spot, it has a different texture to the rest of the body than the rest of the vulva. But the prostate has that same texture. So it grows to about the size of a walnut. And it has the texture of that as well. So it can either be sponge-like, it can feel kind of if you were to look at it, kind of looks like brains, if you would.
I'm gonna go find my walnut.
I want to look at my second brain.
Yeah, your second brain. Your second brain.
Well, for most men, it would probably be their third brain.
That is true. Very true.
Yeah, so those are really good.
Male sex toys. They're by the same maker, you said, right?
Those are by the same maker. Okay. Yeah. So this one that I'm going to show, this one's really cool, and it could be used for anyone. This is the Fin by Dame. Ooh. And what this does is this actually straps into your fingers. Oh, shit. And now you have a vibrator that attaches to your hand. So this becomes
Liz, you need that one. I know you need that one.
For the movies.
Exactly. So this one, you could be using it directly for clitoral stimulation. You can use it for nipple play. You can even put it in reverse like this. So now the pads of your fingers are vibrating points. So if you don't like the way this feels, you can use skin on skin contact. Yeah. Cool. And what's cool about this too, you can use this during a hand job, a blow job, using this, running this along the shaft of the penis, around the scrotum as well. It's really, really cool. It's pretty powerful too. It's discreet. Cool. It's a nice blue.
Nice blue.
Nice
I like
blue.
I think this one's my favorite.
Nice
I like the black one, but this one seems more like ideal.
It's more user friendly.
Yeah.
It looks like it hurts.
And I can have it in my pocket.
You gotta use lube. You gotta
spit on it real quick. And
lube.
And then the key.
Spit or just vaginal
we can
juice.
talk about that too.
I think I put this up here.
It comes off, so you can use it with or without. Yeah, which is kind of cool because some people don't like having your fingers together. You can use it together or
You
separate.
can put it on your key ring.
Travel size.
Can you put that on the back of your phone, like the little
pop socket.
Pop socket. Like feel that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And if you click the button back there, you have different settings to go through. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna share a live video on Facebook so everybody can start watching this.
Wait, how do you equip this guy?
So close.
Any way I want, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess that's true, right?
Fingers go here.
Yeah.
As long as
Fingers go there.
Ah,
You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it.
So that's for really
so
men
if
or
you
So that's
women.
the top,
use it
and then
like
you have it at the
that,
bottom.
You would actually feel the pads of your fingers because the motor's hitting the back. You could feel your fingertips
that's
vibrating.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my thumb.
Shit,
my
that's
fingers-
actually it's actually pretty good, so you won't get tired.
Exactly.
After a while, you're just like, all right, bitch.
Joke's
Yeah.
Joke's on you.
Exactly. And if you're like going down on a woman too, like this could be something that you could totally
Wrap it around your
use.
tongue.
Well, you can actually use it just around your fingers. So maybe you're using some internal stimulation with your mouth, or if you're doing some clitoral work, you can have a vibrator with you as well.
Oh, if I'm going down on a girl, I'm going all.
Yes,
so this can
good.
sit right up top.
Yeah.
I guess it's also good too because like I feel like sometimes when you're like trying to do multiple things, like you're like not good at the other because you're like I'm trying to get this one, but then I gotta do this.
Yeah.
one. But this you're just like, all right, dude, like I'm good. Like
I
I'm
want.
equipped.
one less thing to think about.
I
Well,
kind of
and
want to. Oh no, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I mean, the most common thing that we hear is like most women need some other form of stimulation besides penetration.
Oh yeah,
You know,
for
it's
sure.
either clitoral, it's nipple, it's
Mhm.
other erogenous zones. So
Anal. I'm on
yeah,
anal.
exactly.
Spitting on
Yeah,
their face.
exactly. So there's
In my
mouth. Oddly enough, even like touching the ears and behind,
Mhm.
behind the knee, places like you wouldn't think are really sensitive, but because it's attached to your hand, you can totally let it go where your hand goes.
He's breaking shit over
And
here.
it's okay. They're indestructible.
That's fine. I can
It's just
I'm
I
interested
broke
in
down
knowing
picture at
what
the
this one is.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I thought that
egg.
was.
It looks
that-
like a
that's
little
what it looks
egg,
like. It looks
right?
like a
Yeah,
little egg.
like a
Oh,
dinosaur
it
egg.
looks like my
sucker.
inhaler.
I've actually played with one of these.
Ah.
Yeah, so this is the
Ah.
womanizer Liberty.
The womanizer.
Yeah, I hate the name, but this is one of those toys that when you feel it, you're kind of like, huh, that's it. But then they have a motto, and I hate that they say this. It takes 5 minutes or less with this toy. And I work with a bunch of women.
Yeah.
and they were like, okay,
They've
well, let's
asked for
try
it?
it out. They were like, holy
Let's put it
shit.
to the
it
test.
does. Okay.
Like one of our girls, she was like texted her sister in the middle of the night, was like, I just
5
had like
minutes
an
or less.
exorcism
Yeah.
style
2 minutes and
orgasm. She was like,
47
I
seconds.
shot straight up and was just like done.
Back
oh
arching.
my gosh.
So this one here, it has a plus sign here. You can use your finger to kind of
Okay.
feel the pulsation. What this is it has two pulsating air chambers in here,
Mhm.
creating pulsation and vibration, but it's not vibration, it's not suction, it's air coming at high frequencies.
Mm.
So you'll feel
Science,
it and you'll feel
bitch.
like it's kind of like sucking, but there's no
Oh,
skin
you're
coming up.
right.
And click the
Okay.
intent, like go up. You'll feel it
Go
get more
up,
intense.
go up,
I
go
want
down.
it super intense.
You
Yeah,
wanna
put
hear
it on the
about
mic.
Liz?
Put it on the mic. You'll
No,
actually
no
hear.
moaning.
There you go.
Whoa!
Yeah, that sounds like my fan.
Yeah, it sounds like a little like a cat purring. Like it's just
Oh my
very.
God.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's cool.
So you can tell a girl, hey, you want my cat to purr?
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I've
really,
actually
really cool.
played with one of these before, and
Like
Yeah.
for yourself?
And she liked
no,
it.
no,
yourself?
I wish I had a clit.
Well, so you can also even try that on the nipples too. It feels really cool on the nips.
Halfway
Mhm.
tempted.
I know.
But no, it's really like pulsating air, and air technology has been really the new thing that a lot of people have been going
Cool.
for because it's not as intense as vibration, but it
Yeah.
still gives all the sensitivity. And it's really,
Stick
really
your
cool.
finger over
So
here.
so is that
Stick your finger out. I'll do it.
is that like something people oh shit.
Yeah.
Is that something people have, like, I guess, brought up to y'all as far as like vibration? Like maybe is that an issue for some people? Like they can't get off because
Right.
it hurts or something?
Well,
Mm.
and that's the thing. Like some people, they've never had a vibrator before. And then they go and they buy this vibrator that's so intense.
It's
And
That
then
works.
they're just like, I don't know what to do with it. So when something like this, when you put it on the lower setting, it's just small, it's minimal, it's more like you can get adjusted to it. And it also kind of looks like one of those like
Yes,
pleasure
little-
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
stimulate the clitoris.
Yeah, and so like we have some that also actually suction. So if you want that, the
Like a
difference
pussy
between-
pump?
yeah, kind of.
A
Mhm,
pussy-
except
Like a
for
what?
the clitoris.
A
What?
pussy
A
pump.
pussy pump.
Mhm.
Pussy pump.
Never seen it?
I'll Google it.
I'll send you the vid.
Thank
The
you.
one we have is actually directly just for the clitoris, but what can happen with those is it does pinch the skin. It does lift. So it can become painful after a while. So some people can only do that for certain amounts of time, where this is more pleasure-based. It's not so much of a suction toy.
Mhm.
So that's really what people really enjoy about it. It comes in a little case so that you can just kind of...
I know. I was
Got
saying it
things
looks
off.
like a little dinosaur egg.
It does. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And like,
It's pretty discreet too.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you wouldn't
think-
know what it is.
I thought it was one of those things that like you scrub your feet with.
thought it was-
Right?
A petty
A
egg.
petty egg,
You should get
Yeah.
it. You should get it and take it for work. Lucy.
Like a
People
little
think it's a
mouse.
mouse. Yeah,
Right, it does look like a
It's cool.
mouse.
Just right
It
here
does
at the
look like
bottom.
a
over
mouse.
here.
Well, so for discretion, I am wearing the Vesper.
Yeah,
What
I
is
was
that?
looking at that.
This is a vibrator as well.
What?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. So
I thought it was a vape pen.
no,
Okay.
it's a vibrator.
I was looking at it earlier. I was like, "Ooh, he's got a vibrator on his
Yeah.
neck."
So
Anxiety breathing.
this
thing.
is click
Oh my
Uh-oh.
Liz, we got Liz
I like
yell
where this is going.
on
the little button
podcast.
there has a low, medium, high, and a pulsating
Oh
setting.
my goodness!
Better
not
like-
I've
If you
never.
can see Liz's eyes right now, you can see her eyes right now.
I need
so
a
much
vest.
pleasure.
Yeah, my
And
next man's is gonna carry this everywhere with him.
And it's not fully charged
Whoa.
either. So when it's fully charged, it's even more
Almost
powerful
dropped it.
too.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a Jewel commercial.
All right.
Do y'all sell those there? You sell them there?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's called a Vesper, like
It's
the
a
James
Vesper
Bond
necklace.
drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Crave makes some really cool. Doesn't put it. Do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
watch out, ladies.
So what's cool about this one is it's made out of steel. So it's going to warm up for temperature play as well because it has a motor. So
Mhm.
it'll start to heat up. It's pretty discreet, easy to use. Please do not put that up anyone's butt. It will suction up there. and it will
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh!
God.
And you know people have done that before for sure.
People
Like
put
Steve-O
the
sticking
strangest
a condom,
things
but-
up there. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, just because it's small doesn't mean it should go up your butt, you know?
Yeah.
Those
Toy.
movies.
I've seen some crazy
Heard
stuff
that one
online.
before.
Yeah, and this one's rechargeable. It's TSA approved, so you can totally board a plane with it. And let's say you have a long flight ahead
It's
of
my
you.
vibrator, all
Yeah.
right?
My
I
stylus.
need this.
Exactly.
Can you
Well,
just like
it looks
keep
like
it
a
on the
stylus.
necklace so if it
Yeah.
does go up, you
That's
can
pretty
just
cool.
Well, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not. But what's cool about it too is it's rechargeable. You just screw it into a little USB port, recharges. It has a little point to it, so that's what's really going to help pinpoint even sensitive parts on the clitoris. So for every woman, it's different.
Yeah.
So if you, let's say you're a little bit at 3 o'clock, you know,
Mhm.
kind of like a little bit of
5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, 5 o'clock
Yeah.
shadow. Let's go there.
Mhm.
You can really pinpoint those
Where it's at,
areas
yeah.
with something like this. It's more precise. But
Cute. I know my friend had one of those before, but I feel like it was like a knockoff one they had or something. It didn't. I've seen them. Like I've seen them
Mhm.
online, but theirs was like smaller.
Yeah.
So I was
gotcha.
like, yeah.
yeah.
Good.
I was like, this is like the one from Wish.com.
Yeah, like I tried to use it, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Joey just stepped in.
Well,
Hi,
and it's really
Joey.
cool. They-
Joey.
One of our regulars here. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Hey guys, I finally made it.
Yeah.
He made it. He's late, but he's just gonna sit in
Probably.
and watch for the remaining.
He's in timeout right now.
I actually met Bennett through my friend Joey. He was like, I just moved back here in July. I was like, wait, what? When did this happen? Because I just remember going over there and hanging out with Joey, and I never even asked like if you were from here. So just started a friendship out of
I
nowhere.
know.
This is the best
Usually how it
friendships.
happens. Yeah, so we're talking about sex toys, Joey. You missed everything important that you should have known about.
There's an
Don't worry,
anal
they're
one over
actually-
here you'd
Look.
really be into.
They're
This is
about
a
to be-
vibrator. His necklace is a vibrator.
Yeah, here. We'll share the wealth here.
What is it called again? That
This
one?
is the Vesper.
Vesper.
It's a Vesper necklace.
James Bond drink.
I've been wanting one of these.
Yeah.
So bad.
It's really cool. They come in silver, rose gold, and then there's a 24 karat
Ooh.
gold plating as well.
20.
It just
This
slides
This is
into
not
so
sponsored
smooth.
by Apple either.
Mhm.
You
No.
have to-
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're actually they're just about to release a ring version of this.
Mm.
So it's not going to be as big; it's smaller, but it's a
Yeah.
ring
I feel like
version.
the ring one, if you just
Cool.
like flipped it around,
Yep.
if it
Flip
vibrated
it
on
up,
one
right?
So it's kind of like a modified version of this, except
Yeah.
made out of steel.
Is it kind of like those
Cool.
shocking ones? Like the ones you
The
like
ones
the
like-
handshake?
yeah,
and-
no.
Yeah, let's not
Probably
have that.
It might
Let's
give
not
you
have
that same
that.
reaction, though.
Okay.
Another toy. So this blue one is made by a company named Dame, and they actually came out with Eva.
Eva,
Um,
like Wally.
like Wally,
Yeah.
So
Eva.
Eva is really cool. She actually sits within the labia to give direct clitoral stimulation, so penetration can still occur. This is a hands-free toy that sits behind the labia.
Look, ma, no pain.
Exactly. So this
I
is
like it.
great. So like even you know, you can use it with a partner, without a partner.
Whoa.
Click the little button at the top. You have different settings.
It even kind of looks like Eve from Wall-E.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liz says every time.
Christmas came early.
Yep.
Wow,
At least
that's
someone's coming.
cool.
I don't have a man's, but
You can
if
say
any of y'all want to
You
buy
don't.
this,
You don't
thing,
need one.
I
You
know.
don't need it with
Not
that.
with this thing.
Not with
right? I
Wall-E.
mean, I would because I want penetration with this. You
Right.
know.
And that's the thing. Like they wanted something that was going to be hands-free and keep everything away so that it still wouldn't take away from penetrative sex.
Yeah.
So
I need
is
the
really
Wall-E
nice.
to my Eva.
there you go.
So for that one, how would you tell someone how to use it, or how would, I guess, in scenarios, and someone's like, oh, I like this, like, how would you say it? Because like you were saying for that
Well,
one,
it sits at
well, I
the
know,
top,
but I want you
right?
to explain.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
He wants you to explain in detail. I can put on my
Yeah.
pants if you want
Oh,
to show a demonstration.
So do you mean like actually like how you would insert it into the body, or like how
Either
would you
way,
bring it up
I
in a
guess if I were
conversation?
someone asking you, like, hey, I
I
kind of
like
like this
this one.
toy, how would you use it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I think it'd be the same way, just kind of like, hey, let's try, you know, something different, something new, but something that's going to do what I can't, you know? I mean, you physically could,
Mhm.
you know, but this is something that's not going to take away from the moment. And we get so many.
Here,
men
try to.
who
It makes
come
my
in
whole
for-
finger vibrate. Like, turn my
We
finger
get
It's
into
men
a
fast.
who come in
vibrator.
for it because it's not taking anything away. There's such a huge stigma around sex toys with heterosexual men, just because they're like, oh, well, if they have a toy,
They don't
they don't
me.
need me anymore.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
fine by
so
me.
weird.
Right,
Twenty
that's
20. I don't need
toxic
y'all either.
masculinity.
Y'all
I
are
would
too
go
straight. I could
away.
never date a man like
No,
that.
and it's
Never.
Masculinity has
Ever.
to end.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. Like, you know, you get the guys who come in, they buff up their chest and they're like, oh,
Mhm.
they don't
Yeah.
need that. I'm enough. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then the
I'm like,
wife,
okay,
you know
you're
they
enough.
have this one there
right,
too. Like,
exactly. And the wife is kind of like, mm-hmm. Like,
They're like,
does he really want
you're
it?
coming
Yeah, they
in.
want
You're
it.
coming in
Yeah.
15 minutes still. We need help.
Right, exactly. So something like this is something that's not going to take away from anyone. It's just going to enhance, and that's what I feel like toys do.
Yeah.
They don't replace anybody. They're meant to enhance.
I'm still stuck on the. You're supposed to put on cock rings when you're soft.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always like
Yeah, no, because it's more typical, and you get
rubber band. No, that
Well, you
band's
learned
on.
something, right?
know.
Yeah.
you get more benefit from it being on soft before anything, because that blood flow stays there. So it's,
yeah, that
it
makes
can go in but
sense.
can't come back out.
Yeah.
So, and when you use the double one, if you have the
Oh,
ring that
oh.
goes
For your
around,
balls.
Oh, the
around
one
the
you're talking about,
testicles, yeah, that one will.
So it'd
help
go
keep
like
Almost
it would
sounds
be
painful.
like the cock and then for the balls
yeah.
underneath
So it's
it,
two
right?
rings, so one smaller and the other one's longer.
For the balls.
So the longer one for the testicles would go back here, and then the shaft around here.
so you're basically like rubber banding, like the.
But I
And
mean, that
what's-
should feel good,
Restricting
right?
the
Like I would think that would feel good.
That will
what
never
it-
bust.
What happens too is when men ejaculate, the testicles rise up into the body.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this actually helps keep the testicles descended and
won't-
prolong ejaculation.
Mm.
So is that kind of like edging, sort of?
Kind of. Not really though.
Not really. But I mean, as far
But
as like
it's-
not letting you.
Right,
I
exactly.
guess.
It's gonna prolong it, but it's not gonna stop
Stop
you
it. Okay.
completely. Yeah.
Nothing's stopping me.
The toy just.
It flies off.
But yeah, I mean, you can go from so many different things with cock rings, from the dual rings to stretching the testicles. You can use
The quad ring.
So put your cock ring
Well,
on when
there's
you're
the-
soft,
The
guys.
three
When you're
different kind of
soft.
rings as well. There's
The
so
Nuva ring.
much-
The Nuva ring.
Yeah, there's so many things.
What is
out there.
Ariana Grande's song called? 3 rings?
7 rings. Get it
Oh,
right.
7 rings. My bad.
There
you
I don't
go.
know. I don't know.
She's
He's a
so
big
nice.
Ari fan over
I
here.
am. I'm already
He's a
sad.
stan.
There
He's
you
a
go.
stan for sure.
You got to.
So
Yeah,
what about this Harry Potter one?
I'm here for the
That's the one. I've been
for the
waiting
molcajete.
Right?
It looks like
Molcajete.
that.
You're
It
like,
looks
hold
like
on.
that. Yeah.
So this is kind of a different take on the magic wand.
Ooh.
So we know the magic wand being, the bigger
Hitachi.
the Hitachi,
Mhm.
exactly. They still make the magic wand, and we carry it. They have the rechargeable version and everything, but this is a smaller version, so you can use this directly onto the clitoris. But what's cool about this is you can actually insert for internal G spot as well.
Hell
So
yeah.
which is something that you can't do
With
with your
the-
Hitachi.
Yeah.
I've seen that in videos, but
Although,
Yeah.
they make attachments for the Hitachi so that you can use it internally or anally. But this one you can totally use both. It's flexible.
I like the little
Whoa, that's
light. It's so
super
cute.
flexible.
What's
you
cool
just bent
too.
it like 90
It looks
degrees.
like
I'm gonna put it on an intelligent mode. So it'll start off low and then build up with you. So it'll go through all the phases. So you can literally insert and then just kind of maneuver it however much you want.
Nice nails.
I think I need it.
Pretty cool.
Nice shade of purple. Yeah, it's really, really nice.
It looks like Ashley from Black Mirror. I don't know if you've seen that show or not. It was Miley Cyrus's character.
That's awesome.
Like,
yeah, it's really, really cool. And it's completely waterproof, so you can use this in the
Is this intelligent mode right now?
Yeah, so it's going to go through all the phases. So you'll feel it.
So it cycles through like all the modes.
Slow, fast.
Do you want to feel it, Joey?
Open your mouth.
There's a larger version too. This is the mini Emma.
I like
There's
that
the
one.
bigger Emma.
What, like the 9-inch version? Or what do you mean?
No, it's slightly bigger,
Motherfucking big.
But what's cool about the bigger one is it also has a warming feature, so it'll start to warm up as well.
And all these are waterproof, right?
Good, specifically for G-spot. So if you were really wanting to try to stimulate or find your G-spot, this is going to be a good toy for that because you're not getting that external stimulation and you're not going to orgasm just through the external part alone. This is going to force you to kind of really find that G-spot and really tackle that.
Nice. So, I like that one. I think that one's my favorite so far.
Yeah, it's really lightweight.
I like the that one too, the green one.
This one?
Yeah,
Eva?
For the your labia.
Eva,
because I want my Wally in my life.
So rabbits.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Rabbit.
Every time I hear a rabbit, I think of Sex in the City though, with Charlotte.
That thing away from me. That thing is huge.
This is my.
It's not for you.
It's probably the most popular rabbit that we have, and the reason why is most rabbits out in the market stop at about here. The clitoral part stops about there, right? This one actually has an elongated bulb. And the reason why it's elongated is because most rabbits, once they start using the internal part, the clitoral part loses contact with the clitoris. So you're either using just the internal part and then now it's not reaching the clit, or it's touching the clit, but you're not getting enough deeper penetration G-spot wise.
It's all about the deep penetration.
Yeah, so with this one, what this does is once you insert this actually applies pressure to the clitoris.
So it's angled
so that way you can bend with it. If you want to
demonstrate
go even deeper, you can even lay it flat up against, so you can go as deep as you want to, which is really cool. It's a deep rumble vibration, which is really nice.
Shout out Rumble.
Right? So it's really, really cool. And that's kind of the one thing most.
Oh, I like this one.
Most rabbits, they lose contact.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen them with smaller,
or the one with the little.
This is the quote unquote
ears.
clit tickler.
Right. So rabbits can come in a variety of style. Yeah. It's deep. It's rumbly.
Bennett.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some bass on there.
is really cool. They make some really, really great toys. And we're actually going to go into the WeVibe line here. So they are the company that has the mobile app that you can control from anywhere in the world. You can and have fun on the go.
Gotcha.
So I'll
for you, Liz,
I know, right? I'm all Jair. It's lunchtime.
This one.
I need to eat.
I see why they call this the Rumbler now.
Well, it's actually called the Nova.
Oh, the
Nova.
That's wrong.
So we're going to connect this guy to the app. So this one here.
Oh, that one connects to the app?
Yeah,
the whole brand connects to the app. Okay.
Yeah. So while that one goes around, this is the WeVibe Moxie. So this one's really, really cool because
I didn't know it was taking turns. Like
it's really cool.
Oh, they're taking turns on both sides.
Yeah,
back and forth.
So this is their take on a panty vibe. So one of the most common issues with panty vibes is you get a little bullet, it comes with a little panty, it sticks in the little pocket. And then it rolls around, it moves around.
Is that the one like if you were wearing the panties, I could control? Ooh, I like those.
So the problem with those little pockets is that they move and it loses contact with whatever part you want it to really stimulate. They change the game by putting this part here goes on the inside of your panty. We're gonna put it like this so I can show y'all. This goes on the outside.
Oh, magnetic.
So it
ain't
stays
going
in
nowhere
place.
Today, girl.
Exactly.
Whoa.
So where you want it to stay is where it's going to stay.
It's a clean
Click
snap
the little
too.
teal button there. You can change the settings on it. It's pretty cool.
Now, if somebody has control of it, like if you're at work and I'm at home just laying on the couch, is there a way to take off the setting from me, or I can do it myself if I wanted to? Like, for instance, if...
Yeah. So what's cool about this one is it has a remote control. So if you're within close proximity, you can change it yourself. But you can also do it. So I'm going to sync it up to my phone. Did it vibrate twice?
I don't know. I think it was passing
It's
it.
still vibrating. It's connecting. It works better when there's Wi-Fi involved. So I'm doing it.
There's not very good signal in this little room either.
So, but basically through the app, you can create your own vibration patterns. So let's say you don't like any of the ones that are preset. You can make your own vibration patterns.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Connect with your partner through the app as well, so you don't have to go from text messaging to the app. It all happens in there, which is kind of cool. You can FaceTime through the app.
Damn, they got everything.
There's a little cam on the vibrator itself.
Exactly. No, there are some out there, but this one does not do that.
They are not playing.
And what's cool about this is that it's quiet. Though.
Yeah, it is.
So it's kind of hard because you have headphones on, but it's pretty quiet.
You know, it is very quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all pretty.
Pretty.
And it's waterproof too. So let's say you're wearing your bathing suit and you're going into
Just
a
in case
jacuzzi.
you're a sweater.
And, well, no. Let's say you're gonna go out and you're gonna be at a pool or a jacuzzi.
You better behave or else.
Yeah.
I'll make you have an orgasm.
What was this one called again?
That is the Moxie.
The Moxie. I think this is my favorite one. So.
That one?
Yeah.
You gonna
It's
buy one?
really, really fun. Now, the granddaddy of them all is the WeVibe Sync. So the Sync is actually being not ushered out, but I guess ushered out. This is their flagship toy, and this changed the game for couples vibrators because it is so customizable. Now we're like, how do we mess with perfection? They're like, well, let's add a really fun interactive remote. So the way this works is this part here, internal G-spot, external clitoral penetration can still occur with this on. So this is another hands-free toy. Now, what makes this one unique is that you can really customize it to fit your body.
Gotcha.
So you can make it as tight as you need.
Yeah, I'm pretty skinny. You know, I need something that's gonna grip my body.
So, and that's really what's cool. Now, this side that's getting inserted, it's flat, so that when during penetration, it's not like going to get in the way exactly. And the cool thing is that there's 2 motors, so each one can be controlled individually through the app. So let's say this internal one, if your male partner's feeling that one, they can lower that motor, but still keep the external one going full speed. It's pretty cool. And then the remote.
I know. I'm
Did
sorry.
it go down a little?
No. I was just.
Let's see. So now this is a squeeze remote. So you can squeeze it and it'll intensify.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it tighter.
Squeeze it.
Yeah, there we go. So I'll squeeze. So you can be holding your remote, and let's say you're like,
I like how you said
it.
You're gonna comfort me now.
Oh, he's squeezing real hard now.
So you can be holding the remote, and you can be like, all right, let's keep going. We keep going.
Right, give me a squeeze. Give me
a good squeeze.
Good squeeze.
So, and then you can even change the settings. Increase.
You can move it around. This is cool, right? Like how it's all.
It's adjustable. It's fully customizable. It's really cool. This one also has beat mode. So you can sync it up to a playlist.
Your beat.
Oh, really?
I like where
this
is
funny.
So you can sync it up to a playlist. You can even, if you decide to wear it out, and the same thing goes with the Moxie, you can set it up to either pick up on bass or treble. So let's say you're going out.
Bass.
So you're saying this is perfect to go to the heat with, right?
Exactly. We were talking about the bottom. Go to the bottom with this bottom. You're good. Yeah. Exactly. So that's really what's cool about these. It's like they're great for foreplay, but then they're also great to be used in the bedroom.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That was
cool.
I learned a lot today so far. I mean, is this lube here that you have?
Yeah, I brought lube. So the number one thing that people are always like, oh, well, I don't know if I want a toy. I don't know what's the easiest thing that I can add to make sex a lot better.
Make it wetter.
Yeah. Lube.
The wetter, the better.
The wetter, the better. Slip and slide.
Exactly. And sometimes, your body produces your own natural lubrication. But what happens is, and this is why people are like, oh, well, just spit. Spit's going to be fine. Or I'm like, no. Our body's made up of water. So when you use a water-based lube, or when you use your own body's natural water, it's going to absorb into your system that much faster. And it's going to get dry. It's going to get sticky and tacky. My go-to is Uber Lube. This is an amazing lube.
It looks like perfume.
Right. It's actually.
Looks like
I was looking at
it. Was perfume.
Yeah.
It has. It's a little glass bottle. Like
It's
this.
cute.
We have a little sleeve on it just to keep it from slipping.
It's very
you can put that on your
feminine.
dick too. The sleeve.
Kind of.
It's so slippery. It needs a rubber.
It
sleeve.
does.
Wow.
So it's really cool. So I'll put a little bit on the back of your hand.
No,
Put it
just
on
put
the
it on my
back.
hand. Just put it on my hand.
Oh,
Gosh.
go for it. I'll put it on the back so
What
you
are
can
you
feel
gonna?
it.
Why do you need it in the palm of your hand?
You
Don't worry
feel?
about it. Don't worry
Ooh,
about
I
it.
like that.
So it's silky, it's sheer, it's odorless and flavorless. It doesn't
Okay.
stain sheets or clothes either. And it feels really
It's
good on the
nice.
skin.
Yeah.
So
that's
as
nice.
you massage it into the skin, it's infused with vitamin E. So it's
I'm
Uber
super
lube.
nourishing
glistening.
on the-
I'm glistening.
Yeah. Non-sexual reasons, this is great
for
in
your
between
tattoos.
the thighs and
Oh.
also great for
I'm
tattoos.
saying right now.
But great between the thighs to prevent chafing. You can even use it in your hair.
Yeah, it is
And
flavorless.
yeah,
Come
there's
on.
nothing there. Yeah, exactly.
Get those
And
flyaways, girls.
even underneath
Please get the flyaways in
underneath
check.
makeup as a primer, you can use it.
Wow.
underneath.
Multi-use.
Lube it up,
I
ladies.
love this.
You
This
couldn't
is
do that with spit.
awesome.
Can't do that with spit.
You can't do
Very
it.
And so
cool.
this is a medical
Uber
grade
lube,
silicone
guys.
lube. So the thing to remember is when you're using all these toys that I brought, they're silicone based toys.
Yes.
You want to use a water based lube for most of your toys. This one, because of its consistency, it's one of the few silicone lubes that you can actually use with a silicone toy. So if you want something that's going to be slick and slippery, but you don't want to have to worry about it degrading your toy over time, this is a good one to use.
Okay.
So this is a really, really good lube.
Uber lube.
Uber lube.
Uber
It's a much
lube.
smoother ride than your Uber driver's gonna
I
give you.
know. It was like,
yeah.
they even have it's Uber's German, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
It's not even a German company.
Are
They're
they
like-
related?
They just- we like to work.
Yeah, they're based out of Chicago.
Oh,
They're
okay.
good.
They just took,
Yeah.
what about this one?
This one here, this is a flavored.
That looks like
water
Oh,
sunblock.
slide.
flavored
That looks like
lube.
sunblock.
So
I know. The tanning oil.
Sometimes,
is what it
yeah,
looks
yeah,
like.
it is.
So I brought probably one of our most popular flavors, and it's probably one of the most confusing flavors because people are like, "What the hell?" It's a mocha java flavored, so it's a coffee flavored
Ooh.
one. It's
You have
amazing.
my
So you can squirt
attention.
some, and you can taste it. It's delicious.
Put this on
I
your
may have-
Starbucks in the
anyway.
morning. Get your
Yeah.
day going.
Right? We've had we do bachelorette parties. We've had people put them on like their cake pops, and they're
Really?
just like, and they
Ooh, that
eat
tastes
'em.
good.
Yeah,
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, this one's
That is
This one's
tasty.
so nice and silky.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
Ooh.
It tastes good, right?
it's a
I've had
different
some
taste.
nasty tasting
Here,
lube before.
Squirt some in here.
Squirt what? Some of what?
So the cool thing about this one, and the thing that you want to look out for with anything that has flavor, is make sure that it's sugar free. Not just for calorie purposes, but you want to make sure that it's sugar free so it's safe to go from oral to penetration without the risk of a yeast infection.
Mm,
So
Is that a
especially,
thing?
yeah. So
Holy
sugar in the
shit.
vagina can create yeast.
mm.
And then especially if you're prone to yeast infections, that's something you want to totally
Yeah,
avoid.
that's not
Yeah.
the yeast you want.
I feel like
Yeah.
those are the ones that don't taste as good
No,
either.
and they have like an aftertaste.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
know-
would say
I
I've
know
had
those.
some like really bad tasting lube before. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
They just remind me of those the old people candy.
Oh,
the
the-
Yeah.
yes, the Werther's. I
dude,
love
Veronica
those.
loves those.
I love those.
They're
Reminds
good.
me of
They're
that.
good.
Yeah, that and like the butterscotch.
The
ones,
butterscotch,
they're
We
yeah.
so
were at
good.
Dollar Tree, like getting snacks for the movie theater. She's like, "I want those." I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yes, I want those for the movies."
No, you don't.
They're
No, you
so
don't.
good.
Did you take this to the movies too?
Yes,
For
exactly.
Veronica and I, we would.
There you go.
I'll control it for the first half of the movie.
You wish.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with lubes too, like just going back to it, this is a vegan formula.
Oh, plant friendly
it is,
too.
yeah.
Nice.
Sweetened with
Plant-based.
stevia, so it's really, really a nice formula. Lubes are one of those things that I recommend people try as many different styles that they can.
So they find
So
like
whatever,
their,
yeah,
they
whatever
find
works.
their lube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like we have coconut oil based lube. Coconut oil is a great alternative, but make sure it's safe for the body.
Yeah, actual,
Don't just go to
like,
HEB
yeah,
and fucking get coconut oil.
Yeah.
It's just
Slap it down.
yeah,
Wait,
It's
that's not safe.
I wouldn't. I would not. It's kind of like when people use Vaseline,
Mhm.
petroleum jelly. I'm like,
People use that as lube.
No
I've had people
joke.
use carburetor oil.
No
What?
joke.
No,
I was
Carburetor oil.
outside Limelight like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and some lady was talking about how she uses like the Cisco
Oh,
grease.
no.
Crisco,
That's
Crisco,
good grease
Crisco
if you're trying to fry some chicken.
Well, so where that comes in handy is fisting. Just
Oh.
saying. Not that I want to be fisted.
She said that she-
fisted, but I know that it's something that
That it can be
yeah,
used.
it can
So-
be
She
used.
was saying that they use
So
that, and I had
nonchalant.
never heard that before. Like She's like, yeah, my husband and I, we use that all the time. That's all we use.
He sprays it all over his dick, and we go to town.
Well, it's like they have the scoop one too, like the thick one.
So
the
for people
manteca?
yeah. So it goes back to consistency. Like people love, like most dudes end up starting to masturbate with like lotion or cream of sorts or spit. Yeah. Spit is the number one.
Right.
When all else fails.
All else
lotion.
fails.
And so they like that creamy consistency. And there's a product called Boy Butter. And it's
Boy
so
Butter.
I like the way it sounds.
name.
I love the way it
Of
sounds.
course.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm
creamy. It's an oil-based lube. The thing to remember
Is it
with oil.
vegan?
Yeah.
Boy butter.
And it's great
I have
for
2
anal,
dozens, please.
right? And it comes in a little jar that looks like butter. It's yellow and everything.
Can't
it's like,
believe it's
that's
not
good.
butter.
Packaging.
Oh yeah, it's like
Yeah.
country crocker.
Exactly. But for your asshole.
For your asshole.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah, but and
Cover.
the thing with coconut oil or even that lube specifically is that it is made out of an oil, so it is going to break down latex barriers. So if you're using a condom, you want to make sure that you're not using
Pull out.
an oil.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
not
raw
using
dog
an
it.
oil.
Pull out.
Yeah.
Pull out
Yeah.
technique. That's your go-to.
He's like, no comment.
No comment.
Too soon.
But yeah, just and check your sensitivities. A lot of people don't know what you're allergic to, so
Yeah.
try them out on your skin, see if you react. You know,
Mhm. Cool. That was
Yeah.
very awesome.
There's a
We learned a
lot,
lot. I definitely learned about the cock ring thing for
Yeah.
sure.
I
I
did
was
too.
like, I had no
I've
idea.
been doing it wrong for
yeah.
These are pretty
years.
cool. These are pretty cool.
I always
Yeah.
thought, man, dude, I'm a monster.
I mean, usually when a guy has a cock ring, I don't think I've ever put it on for him. He's just putting it on. But now I know.
Be nice.
I'm
Put it on
like,
for him
a
next
look,
time.
babe. I know, right?
was-
I'm like, look, babe, you gotta be super soft.
I was gifted one from someone, from a
Uh-huh.
friend, and yeah, it was just that you said like it had like the big like
The big bullet.
yeah, it was more like a joke,
Mhm.
but yeah, it looked like one
But
of those,
you
like,
used
But
it.
you used
I mean, I used it, of
Definitely.
course. Like, come on, I wasn't gonna
Definitely used
leave
it.
it there, but these are pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
so.
And what's cool about a lot of these too is they come with warranties.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's good. I mean, they look like they're
Yeah.
very good quality toys
Yeah,
as
so,
well.
like, this one, Eva, they come with a 3-year
I
warranty.
love Eva.
Yeah,
I love Eva.
and they cover you for up to 3 years, so that's
Yeah.
guaranteeing your product's going to last at
That's
least
3
Yeah.
3
years.
years of go time.
The only
Go
thing that I have like
time.
a whole thing about is because I know some men have sex toys because you know I've
Mhm.
obviously dated different men, but I'm like, how many women have you used these on? I hope you're cleaning them
Oh, yeah,
regularly.
true.
You know, when men
Cleaning
are
up.
actively sexually active and they're single.
In my experience, when I have a sex toy with a girl, if we're done,
You throw it away just
the-
like you
the
throw
to-
her away.
Oh, you get rid of the
Wow.
toy.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you, man.
I mean, men. I mean, you can clean them, right? I mean, you
can.
can.
If you're looking for toys that you can share with multiple partners, steel and glass are going to be your best friends because they are so
Right.
easy to clean.
Yeah.
If you're using a silicone toy, if it doesn't have a motor in it, chances
Boiling
are
water.
it's boil. Yeah, you can totally boil them. And
Mm.
with that, you can use them for multiple times. You can use them a variety of different ways. So
You can
I
just-
mean, I
Yeah.
trust that process. I just don't trust the
Yeah.
men.
Yeah. you just use one of those like
For
rubber
sure.
tongs.
I yeah.
Just take it out, put it in.
I'm like, look, babe.
Don't
if-
worry, girl. I boiled it.
right.
Smell it. It smells like it's
They're
been
like,
boiled.
yo, I heard your podcast. Don't worry, I got you, girl. I got you, girl.
Yeah, no, I mean that's one thing too, is like keeping them clean. Like if you keep them clean, if you store them properly, they're gonna last you a long time.
Yeah, like with anything, really.
Yeah.
Basically,
And
like,
don't
take care of
overcharge
it.
them too. If you keep them in
They're
the charger,
overheated.
well,
They're all hot inside.
some of them
you.
at their core, they're lithium batteries.
When
so,
iPhones
you
used to
know.
get all hot and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that shit.
But yeah, if you keep, just keep them on the charger like the recommended time, you're good.
Very
Unplug
cool.
it, store them in the little bags that they come with.
I
and
really like the
use
lube
that.
that you brought. That was
Yeah.
very. I had
This
never
coffee
seen
lube
that.
was so
Yeah.
good.
That
It's
coffee
so-
lube taste or Java is
Yeah,
mocha Java.
Java.
Okay, okay.
It's coffee.
I was gonna say I like that. Like all of these are pretty. Like going back to what you're saying earlier about if you like making sure you pick what toys y'all kind of like can back on. I like that because like I've been to megaplexes before, and like the toys are like super common from like 10 years ago. It's the same thing that they have currently. And
Or
like,
zebras.
Here,
Zebras.
or zebra, yeah. It's like you said, they just order whatever. And here, like you can obviously tell that they're like new toys, like recent. They look like something that came out just a few years ago compared to.
Do you guys sell poppers?
We don't. I know we get it asked all the time. They're like, "Do you have poppers?" I'm like, "No."
You got to go to Zebras.
Okay. Yeah,
you got to go to Zebras.
I'm like, go to Zebras. It's off.
Yeah.
Totally. They'll hook you up.
Yeah,
like,
they got them there. I'm just curious because
God.
I know some places do and some places don't.
No,
Yeah,
we don't.
You don't need like a license or anything to sell that, right? Do you to sell poppers?
No.
I still don't know.
Can you talk about poppers a little bit?
I'm only
Some people don't
asking because I have a lot of friends who
used
do them.
Yeah,
I've done them before.
Do you guys have poppers?
Right.
My friend, aka me.
At its core, it's essentially like it's a VHS cleaner. So
yeah, it is.
It's totally that.
You're sniffing
old
VHS.
Yeah. So you're smelling it and all this stuff. And the pros to it are, one, it's supposed to help relax sphincter muscles and all that stuff, but also
specifically sphincter muscles.
For anal, but then also to help with arousal. It's pretty fast acting. So, but what happens is it happens really quick, and then it just
goes away very quick.
So then you got to do another
keep sniffing them.
Yeah,
it's like blow. You just keep sniffing.
Exactly.
There is a brand called Rush, and that's exactly what it does.
It's kind of like a whippet.
Literally a Rush.
It's essentially like a whippet.
Yeah,
I love whippets.
So that's exactly what they are. And we do panels with different urologists and gynecologists, and I mean, poppers are one of those things that you can use them, but over time, it's not really going to do much for you.
You really shouldn't be sniffing VHS cleaner.
Yeah, exactly.
Ultimately,
exactly.
Y'all are still gonna do it, but you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
Cut down on it, please, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's especially guys as they get older, the number one thing is like, I'm not getting as many erections anymore, or I'm having issues, but guys don't talk about it openly.
I was about to say, can you talk a little bit about that? Because I know that can be an issue, and kind of like what you would advise someone to do, or kind of tips on someone that wouldn't really know where to go or what to do about that.
Right. So, I mean, the first place you need to go is your doctor.
Yeah.
Visit either your, general practitioner, or if you can, go to your urologist, and get your testosterone levels checked.
100%.
The minute men hit 30, our testosterone levels start to drop.
Turned 30 in January.
Yeah.
I haven't had any men experiencing that yet. Thank God.
That's good. So many things.
It happens.
It does. So
no,
many
I'm sure it does.
affect it, like weight.
Mental health is the biggest thing for me.
Stress. And then, of course, other health factors. If you have high blood pressure, if you're diabetic, if you have any health issues, even people who are on antidepressants, those things can also lower your testosterone levels. They can affect, your hormone levels. So
there's things you can do to balance it.
Yeah.
Counting your how much red meat you intake.
Exactly.
Exercising.
Exercising is a necessity as you get older as a man.
A huge role. And then, of course, diet and exercise. It goes back to it. But then also just checking with your urologist, like making sure, hey, am I good? What are my levels like? And then
it's just so crazy. 30 seems so young still.
30 is so young.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that for women, the minute they hit 30 and 40, that's the new 20. That's the new I'm alive.
I'm not any less horny than I was. I'm probably more horny than I was 10 years ago.
It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, damn.
So I mean, that's kind of the thing, and we see it a lot of times where there's mismatched libidos. Where either the female's super into it, and then the guy's lost a lot of testosterone and he's not into it as much, or vice versa. So there's always just a lot of things, and life happens.
And that's why you have coaching.
We do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why we have
guidance.
Sexology.
That's why you have sexology institute here, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think cock rings are one of the things that you can easily try to do. They make some without the vibrators that you could use for erectile
staying
dysfunction.
hard.
Yeah, for erectile dysfunction.
I mean, it ultimately does help with staying hard. That's the goal of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I always tell people, try that. See how that works for you. For all you know, you may not need to go and
see your
get
local
the pills.
Yeah.
And all you
needed was
just change it up a little bit, right? Try something new.
Exactly. And the littlest thing can, especially when it comes to sex, can make a big difference.
I think people are just so scared to go out of their comfort zone. They just need a little push.
To that toxic masculinity.
Yeah. They just need a little push in the right direction. Like, hey, you know what? A lot of other people have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have those issues too. They just aren't openly discussing them. So.
And also, I feel like because it's not talked about a lot, people think like, oh, I'm the only person who uses it or who's looking from, and the more you know about it, oh, everyone uses toys, or it's not uncommon.
Exactly. And I mean,
it's still taboo, like you said.
Very taboo. I mean, it's hard enough for people even to describe certain body parts that they own,
or they don't,
or even the word like sex. Or
I'm like, I love my lower body part.
Right? Yeah. Or like, I had this one couple. They had, she was like, we've had 3 kids, blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay. And she picked up a cock ring, and she was like, what is this? And I told her, and I was like,
handcuffs.
You can use, right? I was like, if you put 2 of them together, you can make handcuffs. I was like, this goes around the penis, and she was like, oh, you're talking about his thing? And I was like, his thing? And I was like,
what thing?
His
what
penis.
thing?
And she goes, you just say it so easy. And I'm like, well,
that's the name. That's what it's not called a thing.
It's not called a wiener.
It's not a, she was just like, his thing. And I'm like,
she did the hand gesture and everything. The thing.
And I was like, 3 kids. And you think that thing is what got you the 3 kids? I'm like, but it again, it goes back to like not even being able to say, or they'll talk about like, I want something for my clitoris. They're so
like, shy.
Like, it's okay. Like, just being okay with it and being okay to like express what you want is,
that's ultimately like when I started this podcast, my main goal was to have people realize that you can really do anything you want. There's no right or wrong when it comes to having sex or who your partners are. You can be with men, women, whoever you want to be with.
Absolutely.
And I know there's a lot of curious, more so men out there who are judged, or like my main point is always, why can I do it with a woman, but I'm not considered like bi or gay? But when a man does it, he's ultimately considered gay. That's not fair,
Right.
Like I'm just experimenting, but a man can experiment too. So
and even at that, like, okay, what if you are like, there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, being called a, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my main thing is just everybody should be able to explore their bodies sexually, however they want, with whoever they want.
Absolutely, and that's the most important thing. And like, we see everyone, and we see a broad spectrum of people, and San Antonio is probably, and I know people think that like, oh, Austin's, totally kinkier. San Antonio has some kinky fucking
freaks
people.
Around here.
There's swinger clubs out here, guys, that y'all don't even know about.
It's so
like, you want to go?
And it's so just like frowned upon to be open about it, that
it's getting there.
It's getting there.
From when I left San Antonio to when I came back, it's night and day.
Yeah,
night and day.
We get a lot of men who come in with their female partner, or they come in by themselves and like to cross dress. And I'm just like, cool.
That's cool.
Like, that's awesome. Like, and they feel like kind of embarrassed to say it, but I'm just like, don't be. Like,
you're being you're being true to yourself. Like, or you're doing what you enjoy,
Exactly. And so it really just comes down to breaking that stigma of like, that sex is so taboo that you can't talk about it.
Well, we're talking about it here.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm so glad we have this. Yeah.
It's just crazy because it's just like what we were saying earlier. It's like something that everyone does. Like, we're connected. If anything, we're connected in that way, that we all have sex. So why not like make the best out of it? And
most of us do.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's one of those things where like you're saying, maybe a toy is what you need to kind of get you to that next level, or
coaching or classes.
You don't know, and there's nothing wrong with like reaching out and being like, I need coaching, or I need a toy because I'm not getting my orgasm, or I'm not being pleasured enough.
Yeah, especially for the guys that are like not up to par on performance.
Well, that's what the coaching comes in.
That's where the classes come into play. It
the
really
toys, the coaching.
Confidence. And I feel like when they come to a class, they feel like they can walk out knowing like, okay, I learned a couple new things. I feel a little bit more confident in this area. I'm going to try them out and see if this works.
They're going to go lay it out when they get home that night.
Exactly.
Is that usually what happens after you hear that, right after that?
We do.
They go home and they try it out, right?
Implement this into my everyday life.
And like, we get people who are like, oh my God, like, that one tip you gave me out of all the things that I said in 45 minutes for a class, one tip changed their world.
That's awesome.
And it's really gratifying to kind of
hear people enjoying their sex, because that takes a toll on people's life for years. They're not having good sex, and maybe one thing can change up, and that changes their mood, their relationship with their partner entirely.
And sex plays a toll on people's
relationship too. A huge toll. And the thing we see a lot is people focus so much on the orgasm, that it's orgasm, and they forget the pleasure.
Yep.
The pleasure side of it all, like, where's the foreplay? Where's the
important.
kitchen? It's so important, like the kissing, the touching, all that stuff.
Sorry, I was just thinking about
your last orgasm.
No, I was watching a Jimmy Kimmel clip from earlier where like the couples are asking, how long does it take? How many times do you have sex a month, and how long does your partner last?
Mm-hmm.
And the man was always like 4 hours, and the woman was like 30 minutes.
Just completely different.
And then it's like 1 hour, and then the lady's like 15 minutes. So it's like the man's perspective in it is always, not saying, you know, they didn't have any same-sex couples on there, but the man's perspective and a straight side of this, it seemed like men are always like, I can last forever, and I'm the shit.
That
you
goes
know?
back to toxic masculinity and
does.
that alpha male mindset.
I mean, when my partner and I first got together, this was about 5-6 years ago.
Dang, 5 or 6 years.
I know.
That's a long time. Yeah.
I don't even have.
Our eyes are all like, whoa.
In gay years, that's a lot.
Yeah. In any years, I'm on.
Yeah. But when we first got together, I always thought like, okay, we have to be able to go for X amount of time. And then we started going at it, and we were just like, we don't care how long it takes. And really, it's more about like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really focusing on what happened, the connection, and all that good stuff. So I say focus on something else and like enjoy the moment.
Here, ladies, you don't
can
have to
take
come all the
breaks
time.
too. You can do it and then take a few breaks and do it again. You
Even
know,
for guys,
yeah.
I'm 30 years old. You know, I'm past the
we're
point
30.
of,
I'm 31. He's older than me.
What do you
I'm
mean?
past the point of like.
Aren't you? I think you're older. Oh, okay, well, you're a little older than me.
How old are you?
31.
Oh, dang. Y'all are all
31.
aging well.
Thank you.
Love it.
It's a lot of sex. A lot of sex will do that for you. Okay?
Yes. I can vouch for that.
Have y'all seen that shirt? One boo, no X, good sex, no stress. That guy has that shirt on.
No,
you never
not.
seen that? I low-key want that shirt. I know, right? Guys, I think we're actually getting like to the end of the podcast here. Our hours
We
and
can go a
stuff.
little bit longer.
Can we?
Oh yeah. What were we gonna say real quick about guys? I guess talk about it, guys. We didn't see something about guys coming.
What was I talking about? Past the point of one night stands. You know, it's about a mental connection at this point.
I mean, we've all had one night stands. So,
oh yeah,
you know.
I've had my fair share.
He's all, whoa, yes, lady, come on.
I've woken up in bushes before. You know?
Oh shit.
But yeah, it's way more fun if there's a mental connection.
Of course, and that can happen when you meet somebody on a whim too, you know, and then you keep going back for months.
Yeah, and then you find out they have all of these.
You're like, wait, this was I know. I'm like, this was supposed to be a one night stand. Why am I coming back here 3 months later?
Why am I cooking food for you?
Yeah, what's going on? I bought you tacos. Whoa, come on. I brought tacos to you. No, something's wrong here.
It's all because of
It's because of Eva.
It's Eva. Exactly.
It's Eva's fault. They had an Eva, and you were like, all right, I'm back.
I know.
Where's the Eva?
I'm not here for you. I'm here for Eva.
So they do have classes. So let me just put your hand out there. It's at Sexology_Institute, right? Okay. Yeah. So Sexology Institute, I will tag them. I've already tagged you all, but I'll put you all up again. And Jasper St. James, that's your handle, right?
Yeah.
Burlesque.
Yes. Burlesque.
So you said Fiesta is your next
show. Yeah.
Where is it
Fiesta.
at?
Yeah, we're doing a Fiesta themed burlesque show. It's a really fun show because we do one act that's really curated, and then we do another act. The second half of the show is improv.
Cool.
So the audience actually picks the song, and they give us a random prop that we have.
That's
to incorporate into the act.
I like
so
that.
it makes it a little bit more interactive.
Where is it at? It's at the bottom. Okay,
Yeah.
the bottom. Is it on that? No, it can't be because I know during the bottom they do the day parade. Like,
oh yeah,
okay,
no. So this is
actual.
It's the week before Fiesta.
Okay,
so this is on April 11th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's
cool,
a Saturday.
Cool.
Yeah, it's in the ballroom upstairs, and it's really cool. We convert it into like this cool little like lounge. So
cool. April 11th at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can follow the pasty pops.
Put it in your
pasty
calendars.
Pops. I know pasty pops, and I love that you guys have classes. So if you go to the Sexology Facebook, they have all the events like on the event calendar. If you go look.
Can I read off some of the
go ahead.
of this
I know you have
class
such a good voice, Bennett. It's all
you have a girl's guide to sexual empowerment.
It is.
Read My Lips, an evening of erotica and music. Wow, dude, these classes sound fun.
So that one's really cool. So that is there's actually a convention coming into town that week for writers. And so there's going to be a bunch of writers that do erotica coming to do some speaking and do some
cool.
readings.
That's really cool. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have comedy night coming up too.
Spring has sprung. I like that one.
Yes.
Stripping for your lover. Yes.
T-Pain.
Right.
They have the steak and BJ day.
We
One.
do.
Photo
I'm
foreplay.
gonna come just for the steaks. Is
Yeah.
that what I meant?
We give you a recipe for a steak.
I like mine rare, please.
Right. I know. I was like, I don't think people are going to want to come to a steak or to a sex shop for steak, but who knows? Maybe they would. I don't know.
Yeah, they have sex and yoga too, which is really cool. So if you go to their Instagram, I saw they post toys and specials they have daily. Facebook has their events online where you can RSVP, I think, and go to the event.
And the classes aren't expensive either. They start, some of them are $5. They start at $10.
Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah.
And then we do some couples classes.
Some of y'all need it.
please go.
Please
yeah,
go.
ladies, go to the BJ class because I
please.
be hearing complaints. I be hearing
Please.
complaints. You know.
Oh, but don't get us started.
I know. I teach that class, so I'm like,
Okay.
I've had
Maybe I'll go. I want to hear what you got to say.
When you did the hand gesture, like at the very beginning, I was like, oh shit. He was just like stroking.
I think the source is trusted.
Yeah.
I trust the source.
It's trusted. I've done the leg
I
work,
put in the work.
the mouth work, the ass work. I've done it all. Yeah.
So guys, go check out all that they have to offer. It seems like they have very high quality products, which is awesome. I'm so glad that you were here to
thank you
speak
for
on
having me.
and I'm glad Bennett could be here too.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Bennett, I've been wanting him to come on. You work at Cured, right?
Yes.
So if you want to stalk him, go over there, ladies. I mean, he always works on Fridays, so every time I want to have him on, he's never able to come. But today I was like, just come through. You're good. You're off tonight.
Yeah,
we can have a few drinks.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Sexology. Thank you guys so much.
You guys,
for doing
you have a great voice. I need to have you on again. I need you to do my in between commercial voice.
Like your infomercial.
Yeah. Thank you guys for showing up to the event for Mari's Closet.
So
also,
much.
they're gonna have events every month now where they have little pop-ups here and there. I think they're gonna do a thrift event out in public. I'm not too sure how that's gonna work. I'll get more details about that. I'm almost out of shirts. I have 3X's if anybody wants them. I have a few 2X's. I don't know. I have a few left. I'm putting my stickers up. Please send me pictures if you see my stickers anywhere. Tag me. I put them all on the strip. I know you guys are going to be out there tonight, so
I'll bring you guys some of our. There's a sticker.
Yeah, I have some stickers for you too. I'll give you some right now. Yeah.
So ours have the little "I just had sex."
Oh,
education.
Cute. Oh,
sticker.
I like that.
I just had sex education.
I love it.
Education's in smaller fonts, but it's in there.
Follow Sexology. Remember, guys, follow Pub Sports Radio. We are on Instagram with Sex and SATX, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know, Spotify, iTunes. Go on there. We're on everything. Thank you guys. I won't have a podcast next week. Probably. I'm probably going to take the Friday off, and then the next week I'm trying to have on.
Texas? Is it that week? Texas
I want to have Texas condoms on. I'll get into more of a discussion about them later. But keep an eye out on Instagram, all social media. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you, Bennett, for being on.
Thank you for
having me. Jasper St. James. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna hang out right now anyway. And Jair is here. I never got to let him introduce himself earlier. He spilled water everywhere.
Yeah, I got in trouble.
He got too wet too soon. Too wet too soon.
I needed a squirt.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
Cheers.
Uber and Lyft.
Uber and Lyft.
Started out small, now they paying me double. Yeah,